So we've started, Marie. Hello. This is a take 2 with Marie today. So Marie's going to tell us a little bit about herself and also how she got to join Gallery 1 and some stories that I've heard and I love from her past. So
The dark past, yes. the naughty things I got up to.
So you started with a gallery, what you said, about 9 years ago?
I think about 9 years ago, yes. And I think the drawing part, the drawing part came first. And when I retired, I thought I'd like to, now that I have a bit of time, I can try drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So I found out that there were some classes, or a group, not a class really, that used to meet opposite the Mitcham council chambers in an old school, and that's where I started and met people like Sid, Ian, Harvey, and you know, they are still friends of mine, so it's nice that I formed some nice friendships there. But then the group had to move through administrative type things, and we were told that there was opportunity just to move here to the gallery, so we did, and it's probably the best thing that we did. And then once I got to know what happened here, a little bit about what happened here, I thought I'd try some painting. And so signed up with my good friend Wendy, and we did some painting classes with Gary Lee Gaston.
Do you know behind those drawings,
yeah.
the yellow drawings, that's Gary Lee?
Yeah,
yeah. He was painting there.
Yeah.
I mean, drawing when he was drawing for his class.
Yeah, right.
And
yes,
then
I thought they must have been Gary, because we had to draw the cottages across the road, and then we'd do some, you know, plein air. And we used to go up to Brownhill Creek, and it was good actually. And Gary he was terrific. But then I thought, no, life drawing is what I'd like to continue on. So continued on with life drawing and still doing that, still making the same mistakes, still doing
I know, I'm pretty sure you learned some.
But I enjoy it, and I've met lots of lovely people over those years. So yeah, and since then I've taken up doing some oils, and same thing, you know, making the same mistakes, but that's okay. That's I just enjoy the journey of beginning to end of a painting. Now, what else would you like to know, Sonia?
Well, you were part of you still are part of the committee, and
yes.
You were a secretary, and also 1 year you were president.
Yeah.
So you really
I've done the whole lot. Yeah, that's
you
right.
contributed to this organisation.
Still don't know what's going on.
That. Yeah, no, I know. Thank you for that, though. It needs to be said. Thank you for all that you've done for the gallery.
No problem.
But now, my favourite, the story.
The chicken story, okay.
The story from the past.
Yeah. This is something that I found out that my family have never known until just quite recently, and they were quite shocked and about what I did when I was around about 8, 9, 10, around about that age. I lived in the country, and very lots and lots of freedom in those days. And sometimes my girlfriends used to meet, and we'd get up with lots of mischievous things. But on at this particular time, I was on my own and a little bit bored, and so I was looking for something to do. It was my job as a responsible 10-year-old or thereabouts, to look after all our chickens, which to me as a 10-year-old looked like there were thousands of them, but I guess there would have been about 50, maybe 80. And I used to love them actually. I used to take them into my bed with me. Mum used to have to check my bed at night time to make sure I didn't have a chicken with me, and all kinds of things. And I still love chickens. They make lovely pets. And I had this special one, and I used to pick her up and nurse her, and she used to go to sleep in my arms, and I used to think that was really nice, but it was a little bit boring really, nursing a chook to sleep. So I don't know how I got to do it, but I thought I would make her dizzy, and so or have a play with her. And I knew that if you put your hand over their head, they just go dumb, they don't know what to do. So I put my hand over her head and she went very, very dumb. And then I started swinging her around my head and made her dizzy. And then I put her down on the ground, and of course she stayed there for only about a minute or so, if that. And then when she got up, poor old chook, of course she was all dizzy and she couldn't walk properly, and she ran around in circles, and and I thought it was a huge joke that this chook couldn't walk properly. And so I kept doing it to the chickens, just to have a bit of fun, until my father caught me one day, and yes, he said, "It's very funny, Marie, but it's not very nice for the chickens, so please don't do that again." And that was the end of that. So,
but you've learned something, and it is a
well,
bit funny. Although I know it is a bit funny, and that's that.
And I don't know, even to this day, if anybody else has done it, or if it's a known thing or whatever, but I discovered it as a child somehow, just by...
But you've never done it afterwards, have you?
Pardon?
You have not done it afterwards?
Oh, no.
Just checking.
And I haven't told
Just
anybody. Yeah, you're the first time. This is...
And all of these thousands of people that are...
That's right, yes. So I'll race out and get your chooks. Try it. No,
the
it's not very
thousands of
nice.
people that are watching our blogs and our videos.
So yes, that's my interesting story.
Funny story.
Yes.
I reckon by that story that
I can't get into trouble over this now.
There is more stories like that in your past, and
there's-
my goal is to get them all out eventually.
No, you won't. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Marie, and thank you for being here with us, and thank
Telling
you for
about the
everything that
chooks,
you
yes.
do
Okay.
for
No,
this
not
gallery.
everything. Thanks,
Thank you.
Tanya. Thank you for inviting me.
Bye.